Hello everybody, GuySthePirate here, and welcome back to another episode of Indie Spotlight. Now today, I have a little game for you called Caster. A very simple game that you can pick up for $5 on Steam or on its official website. I'll leave that in the description below. Now essentially what Caster is a third-person action game. You play as a little character called a caster who is sent into different levels to complete an objective. Now, sometimes that objective is to collect a certain amount of orbs that are scattered throughout the level. Sometimes the objective is to kill a certain type of flanks. Now what a flanks is the game's enemies, basically. They're bug-like creatures which are out to kill you. So Caster doesn't really get much more complex than that. You gain experience from killing enemies by picking up orbs that are scattered around the level like I explained, and by reviving dead trees that are throughout the level. Now how you do this is by basically shooting dead trees, and by doing that they come back to life and look very vibrant and reward you with a small amount of XP which you can spend on your upgrades towards your character. Now what some of these upgrades include are a jump, which makes you jump extremely high, a sprint, which makes you go really fast for an extended amount of time, or they can be spent on upgrading your different guns. Now Caster features 6 weapons. Each have their own different methods of firing, and each do their own different things. One gun acts while you charge it up, acts as a shield. One acts essentially like your explosive weapon, and you've also got your standard rapid-fire pulse weapon. They all do your own little things, and they're each scattered in different levels as you progress through the game. The game also features a nice little retro soundtrack to keep in with its simple look, which I find to be quite nice. I am very, very fond of it. And another feature I really, really like about the game is terrain deformation. Now what this means is the actions you take in the levels quite often will have an effect on the surrounding environment in the level. Now what I mean by that is sometimes if you take a really high jump and then land from a very high distance, it's going to create a crater and send out shockwaves, which is going to knock any enemies off balance. And different weapons will deform the environment as well. Explosions of some enemies when they die will create a nice little crater in the environment. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's all there for you. And as you upgrade your character more and more throughout the game becomes rather fast-paced. I really like that. So you'll be dashing all over the place, trying to shoot at enemies, staying away from them, because these enemies aren't slow. Like a lot of games that I like to play, the enemies are quite fast, and they just come towards you. If you stay still, you're not going to live very long. And Caster gets pretty challenging sometimes. I've found that in some of the later levels, I get swarmed by very, very little enemies which are hard to hit without, say, jumping high up in the air and firing a explosive weapon down at them to not only destroy a fair bit of them, but not leave a nice little crater for them to all bunch up in, so that I can jump again and fire another one to take out the rest. Or some enemies will take an awful lot of hits before they eventually go down. And it's all just finding out what kind of strategy will work. So basically, the game focuses heavily on staying on the move at high speeds while shooting at moving targets. Not always an easy thing to get used to. If you're used to playing some games which require you to hide behind cover and play peekaboo for about 20 minutes, might take a bit of getting used to. But it's a cheap game. It's available to anyone who's willing to play it. Very accessible. I have it on Steam. I got it a while ago and thought it was an ideal game to cover. Do I recommend it? Yes. Yes, I do. If you like fast-paced, simple games like this from a third-person perspective, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you get a lot out of the design. It is nice, while simplistic. I like the design of the visual design of the game. The soundtrack is very nice. I'm fond of that. And all in all, I think it's a nice, good of quick, easy fun. If you just want to pass maybe 5 minutes or so, you can jump on Caster and complete a level. That's basically how I tend to enjoy it. So, if you enjoyed this video, please share it around to your friends. Give it a like and a comment telling me if you've played the game. tell me in the comments what you have thought of it, or whether you think you're going to go play it. Let me know, and I will see you all in the next video. Gaza Pirate out. Bye.